Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's edition of the Node CI subgroup and triage session. It is Wednesday, June 30th, 2021. And we have one agenda item from Francesco, and I suspect probably more agenda items will trickle in. Do we have Francesco? It looks like no.
No, he said he cannot join today, so
Oh, that's okay.
he just added items under the agenda, and like from it you can see the progress, something like that.
Yeah, I've been reviewing his PRs. I know that there's a bunch of different problems that we have on the node serial test. So that one looks like it got approved, and then here's another one, helpfully fixing this test. And I think I looked at this. This one was funny. I was like, there's a sleep in this random bash command. What's going on there? Looks like the job is still failing, but I guess there's just probably more asynchronous work to be done here. But I'm very glad that we're making progress on this. So
yeah, like I understood from him, like we have probably one only test that currently is failing, like persistently under the serial job. So probably
that's awesome.
It's very close to be passed again.
So there's also PR
much improved, and I haven't
changing the image download.
Yeah, it was one for NFD, I think, like not feature discovery. Yeah, not feature discovery.
This one looks like it needs an improver. And I guess we've got, so as far as the board goes, looks like we have a new PR, but other than that, what do we want to take a look at today? We have like a bunch of flakes, I think, that let me take a look at Kubernetes dev. So the release team has been sending out signal reports. I usually look at them so you can see it's red. And we had a few SIG Node things in here that are, I guess, marked as in progress. Luckily, no new things. So, but there are, like, I think 5 in here. And these should probably be, I don't know if the issues currently have priorities on them, but if not, we might want to mark these. We've got 5 things, and I think they're going to start marking these as flaky and excluding them if we don't fix them. Like, that's kind of that's the release team's lever. And so I know this is, let's see, we've got the startup probe one. I have not even seen this one. It doesn't look like it's assigned to assigned to Francesco, apparently. So I guess we've got this one, which I'm unfamiliar with. This one looks like Matthias is on. This one is me. I haven't looked at this one. And Artyom. So I guess, do you want to go through them? Do you want to start with this one?
Yeah, probably yes. Like, again, sometimes the stats that we got from the C advisor, from some reason, we got 0 for some specific field, like CPU, nanoseconds, something like that. And we had the similar issue under the same test. And the fix was just like to assume that 0 is normal value for it, but probably it's not. So
yeah, I think I agree that it's probably not normal. And I think this is catching an actual symptom because I know we've had some bugs in OpenShift reported along these lines where like C advisor just isn't returning stats sometimes. And I think that Harshal had a fix for that. Like I remember there being an OpenShift bug. We might, because David Porter's the C advisor maintainer, should we CC him as well?
Yeah, so this flaking on 118 before. Is it flaking on master now?
This has been flaking on master for a long time. And I know I've seen this like in certainly like latest OpenShift. I think we've had complaints from customers about like metrics just disappear. And because most of the software treats zeros as actual zeros, they're like, there are these drops in my graphs and this doesn't make any sense. So I think that this one probably should get some eyes.
like from my side, I can continue like to dig into SeedVisor. Like I'm sure like how much time it will take.
Yeah, let me just bump this one to the top so we to kind of put some sort of priority order on these things. I don't know that this one is at the point where it's critical urgent, but I know that this is constantly an annoyance. I see it flake on my PRs, and I think that there's an actual underlying behavioral bug. So we may be able to link some of those if we go through a bunch of like other bugs. But yeah, I think this is we just should just try to keep making progress on this. So thanks for taking a look at it, and then hopefully we can maybe pull in like David Porter or Harshal or other folks. Let me take a note for myself to make sure that I can maybe pull in some OpenShift bugs. What is this URL? I'll try to remember to do that just so we have them sort of all in one place. Okay, so I think that one takes care of that. And then for this one, so this one's apparently assigned to me. I haven't had a chance to look at this. I think I looked at this and there were like not a lot of flakes. It was like very minor. So let's see what, oh, that looks maybe pretty frequent. So but it looks like it's flaking a lot in CI. So, oh, sorry. Apparently my internet was sad. I don't know how much of that came through, but initially when I looked at this, it was like not flaking very often. It appears to be flaking a lot more often. So I haven't actually like done a deep dive into this. Should I remove myself? Does anybody want to take a deep dive into this?
Like I saw, it's probably like mostly failed under the Windows lane. So
is it on Windows?
I think yes. Like I saw somewhere the Windows. Yeah,
oh, I think yeah, you're right. This is failing on Windows. That's so a great point. Okay, let me add that.
Should we ask Mark to take a look at this?
Well, so yeah, so Mark, I think might be on leave still. So we should. I'll paste this in.
Yeah, I know the name of somebody who can work with.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, technically, it's a SIG Node test, but because it appears to only be failing on Windows, I think that we should just assign it to SIG Windows. And I will send them a note. SIG Windows. Okay, I have poked them. So hopefully they'll take a look. Oh, that makes that easy. Oh, I guess I should remove it from our board. I can call it done.
Let's keep it.
I'm not going to delete it or anything. I'm just moving it into done because I don't think there's anything else for us to do. If they want to send it back, then so be it. Okay, pods should run through the life cycle of pods and pod status.
Yeah, this one does not seem to happen so often since one of the commit that I included in the comments. So just have a look.
Oh, that looks pretty regular.
Yeah, like a metronome, but yeah, strange.
Oh, when was that commit? Because that looked like it stopped happening for at least this job. But there's a bunch of other failures that are still happening. So Given the regularity of this, it looks like it's failing on almost every single one of these runs. I wonder if we can get, where's the test grid link? Does it have a test grid link? CI kubelet node. I don't even know what this job is. Is this a test grid link? No. But I might be able to click on one of these and get the test grid. There we go. Yeah, that looks like this isn't a flake. This is a failing test. Let's see.
Yeah, maybe it's not included in any other pro job.
Yeah, and like it's only happening on node kubelet orphans, and it's a conformance test, which concerns me a little bit. I don't know what this job is. So here, let's, I guess, update this. Remove kind flake, kind failing test.
Yeah, maybe that's the thing. I didn't run the right config for the kind. So maybe I was not able to reproduce locally.
Yeah. It's
because
yeah. I think,
trust me, I tried really hard, like
I trust you.
Non-stop for one day, and you know.
I certainly trust you. I'm gonna up the priority because this is a failing test, and we're getting pings from SIG release to look at this. I'm gonna set the priority to important soon, because I think I don't know if this one is release blocking, but it might be release informing. So
yeah, probably it makes sense to check the pro configuration for this job. Like maybe it's some just memory or CPU stuff. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's one thing. I didn't look exactly only at the frequency, but not that it was always the same job. So I will have a look tomorrow.
Perfect. Okay, I have the next steps on here, so I think we should be good to go.
Thanks.
Okay, let's look at this one. Pods should support pod readiness gates. I don't know anything about this feature. And apparently it is flaking. And here's a test grid link. Oh, that did not work. SIG release 1.14 blocking. That seems very old. Oh, I guess this is from like 2019, so that makes sense. This is super, super old. I have not seen this failure at all. So maybe let's check it in triage. This is not loading. Close these. Test. What's the failure test? Oh, timed out waiting for the condition. This thinks it's network and not us, but it's a SIG node thing. Oh, probably it thinks it's network because it's timing out. Okay, so we actually have, and it's failing on cryo and containerd. So let me add this more recent triage link. Okay, hopefully that will be enough for Francesco to work with. Let me remove Derek and Don as assignees. And I think that's priority important long term. I probably should make this a priority important soon. Okay, last one. I know this is the worst. Matthias, what's going on with this?
This one we have a plan, and we're still waiting for one commit to see.
Okay, where is the what's the PR that we're waiting on? Oh, it's the Clayton's pod life cycle. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
That's fine. I think we can just keep waiting while we wait for that to land. I think we're currently waiting on Lantau to give that the LGTM. So okay, no update for that one. That sounds good to me. We've looked at all of our tests. We've done our duty. So, is there anything else on the board we want to go through today? Let me try to also maybe pull those up. So
yeah, if you do no assignee, there are few PRs that needs reviewer.
If I do what?
No assignee, like
Oh, no
filter by,
assignee.
like,
Sorry, your audio is breaking up a little bit.
and it's a mask. Yeah, there are a few that needs somebody.
Okay, let's take a look and make sure we assign some folks. Ensure images are pulled after eviction tests. Who wants to review this?
I can review it.
There's no, sorry, I'm just looking at this. There's no issue attached to this.
Yeah, it's related to serial tests.
Okay,
and,
it's related to the serial
he
tests.
claims that it will make serial tests better.
Okay, then probably kind failing test and let me assign Artyom. There we go. Oh, I should probably look at this one.
Not merge commit, and still whole like.
Yeah, it's yeah. This one I guess is waiting on author.
Yeah, ask in the comment. Like it looks ready. Like I just glanced over and looks ready to review, but I don't want to rush things and spend too much
I
time
need to
on this.
maybe check out what's going on with all of Clayton's stuff today, so I will try to chase him down. Let me
Thank you.
put a note. He answers my Slack messages. Amazing. So let's see. End-to-end node, fix the device plugin test. This is a Francesco PR. Oh, this one I should probably review because I've been looking at a lot of. Yeah, I already did a review on this one, so let me just assign myself.
Assign me as well.
Okay.
I'd like to take a look.
And then end-to-end node, memory manager, automatic kubelet restart.
Yeah, it's mine.
What priority is this? Is there an issue that this fixes? Is this to
Probably
help with?
we still have some races. They pretty like we don't have a lot of them, but we still have. So just like because the recent introduction of the new text context flag, just to disable automatic restart of the kubelet, I just use it.
I'll throw
Because, like,
important long-term on here. And who is the right person to review this?
Probably like I can ask Francesco to review it. Like it should know. Or again, it's pretty small one, so anyone welcome.
Anyone welcome. Anyone want this one?
I can do it.
Okay. Cool. Okay, I think we've got folks assigned to all the things that we need people assigned to now. So, sounds good to me.
Yeah, I think one thing from bug triage, we found bug scrap, we call it. We found so many old issues, and we need to have test coverage, which is great. And we have these issues on the board now. So whenever you have a chance to take a look, they wasn't properly attributed. That's why we didn't find them before. Bug scrap really helped.
Are they in the to-do list here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Oh,
one
yeah,
of
I
them is
see
very
those.
interesting, adding a soak test. Like soak test is should be quite interesting. Like I think somebody already commented there that they want to take it, but they're not ready how to start. So I gave some pointers.
Great. Do we have anything else for sort of CI related stuff? Because if not, I would love to talk more about the bug scrub, because I think that it has unlocked and or created some work for sort of the triage second half of the meeting. Okay, hearing nothing more on CI. So basically, we've now gone and we've scrubbed all the bugs, which is great. We started with like 450 bugs and we closed 130 of them. So we now still have like an absolutely outrageous number of bugs, but they're almost getting into like manageable numbers. So a thing that I think we should consider doing, and I'm going to start, I didn't have time quite yet, but I'd like to start with some proof of concepts, is to create like some, like for nodes specific like bug management boards. So like one for features and everything else and one just for bugs, and ensure that we're kind of looking at that stuff weekly. We're not doing that right now, obviously. And I'm not entirely sure yet like how we necessarily want to categorize them, because they don't necessarily have the same workflow as we have for like PRs, where you initially send the PR and then you assign a reviewer and then it gets reviewed and then you have an approver and so on. With issues, I think there's probably going to be more states like needs to be triaged, we're waiting on information, we've like confirmed the bug and it's in progress, that kind of thing. But I haven't really done any proofs of concept for that yet. So I'm going to try to make some boards and play around with it. And I think probably we want to start with bugs and then move into our feature backlog, which is quite big. Is anybody interested in working with me on that? Or do people have like feelings / ideas about adding that as part of this meeting? Because I know that like one of the things we're not currently doing is like as a group getting together and looking at all of the incoming bugs. So
Yeah, I'm up for helping you out in that, and I think it's definitely needed.
great. Okay, so
I believe we need to keep the number of bugs manageable. Last time, almost a year ago, I suggested to do that, and feedback from community was that we are not ready to take new work.
yes,
Maybe we now in better shape.
yeah, I think that like that's why I wanted to do that scrub, is because I figured after at least we do that, then things are all mostly up to date in terms of labeling, and so we should be able to kind of like pull them onto boards and not have to look at every single thing while we're doing it. And I know, unfortunately, like we still don't have a lot of automation for like auto categorizing, what columns on what boards things need to go to. But I think at least we're in the sort of state where we can start like every week looking at incoming stuff. And that will be, I think, a big improvement too. So I think having a like a bug board plus an everything else board. And we need to figure out the columns. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. Hopefully, moving forward, we can cool. Okay, other subjects. Anything else on bug scrub follow-up? I'm hoping to do that soon. It's really painful without automation, I've got to say. It's like, yes, I would love to click and drag 200 issues onto a board. That sounds like a great time.
Do we know which tools we could have for automation? Or?
Unfortunately, there aren't any. So GitHub is currently like announcing a bunch of stuff happening with their triage boards and whatnot. But as far as I can tell, there's a lot of new features that they're adding, but none of it solves the problems that we need solved. I've been talking to Contribex about it. So there exist some bots out there, so we might end up asking Contribex to like set up a bot for us, but it's going to be a lot of manual configuration and work, and we'd have to like keep the bot running. So we'll see what happens, but I think at some point that may be what we need to do in order to maintain steady state, so we're not like staring at stuff. Other stuff. Oh, where are we at with who's working on the node conformance stuff? Do we have anyone assigned to that?
I do, but there was a box scrap and then I lost electricity.
Okay, that's fine. And then similarly for the node feature stuff, is that also in the same boat?
So Mike is making progress. There is a PR from Mike, and
okay, great.
we need approver. So it's like multiple stages.
Aha.
Yeah. Here it is. So we
Okay,
need
let me
approver
add
set,
that.
and once this is Mike, do you want to talk about it?
Yeah.
Sure. So this is the first part of the work in progress to remove these tags from the tests. First, I created the first PR, which basically duplicates the tags with the new syntax, and eventually we'll remove these tags. Right now, this PR is safe because it doesn't modify any behavior, and there are no tags that have the new. There are no tests that have the new tag, so that they shouldn't like modify any run pipelines.
Awesome. So how does this work exactly? We're adding we're adding the thing that just like marks things as a node feature.
Yeah, if you see that the tag is very similar, with the main difference that it doesn't contain the colon and then the other descriptor. The idea is to have this tag and then
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see what Aaron is saying here. That makes sense to me. And I think, yeah, having it as node feature versus, did we say that we just want to call it node feature instead of node alpha feature?
We're using the three of them.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Do we even want special feature? I don't even know how that's distinct from anything else.
Yeah.
Where is that? What job is this? Oh, that's the weird job that has the failing test that nothing else is failing on. Maybe that's why. I learn a new thing about this
we
every
need to
day.
take it in stages, and yeah.
Oh, it's also under the node serial job. Okay, so yeah, I think this is great. Here, let me LGTM this. I think this is woohoo! Yay! Thanks for making progress on this.
Sure.
I say having not looked at every line, but I trust that Sergey did. We need to do this, so woohoo! Yeah, looks good. Awesome. I'm very glad that that's in progress then.
So if we there's one topic about SOC tests. I don't know if you saw this discussions. There is a issue that we found during bug scrap. Somebody suggesting to do SOC test for to detect kubelet leakages or breakages.
This
yeah.
one?
Mhm.
I
think the SOC, yeah. I think the test is easy. The only problem is how to detect the failures and leakages. So I suggest, one idea is for me to use NPD to detect the problems, because NPD can find when kubelet was restarted or such. And it has some metric collection stuff, but I don't know how easy to use it during the test. I wonder if anybody has any other ideas how to detect crashes and leakages.
So for crashes,
ideally without writing a huge infrastructure.
Yeah, so for crashes, I'm not entirely sure. For leakage, so a problem that we have right now is that the node tests aren't, or I should say, kubelet's not being scalability tested. And is there anything in here about scale? Let me see if I can find this on the scalability repo. They have a repo. Maybe I'll just go to their charter and find it. I think it's this. Perf tests.
Yeah, I know we closed one of the issues here for kubelet. You can search for closed
Oh, did
ones.
we? This one. Yeah, this is the, I didn't realize it got
research
closed.
metrics graph. Yeah, there's a link, and at the moment I checked it, it was like 15 days ago, and it didn't have much information. Maybe it does now.
Who added this? Oh yeah, this definitely looks new.
So I think it only runs on master.
Oh yeah,
That's why we can
yeah.
compare
It looks
like
like
bug fix
Antonio
for
added
120
this.
versus 121.
So that's super interesting. This is awesome. Oh my god. I'm so excited. So you think this only works on 121? Should we pester them?
I think it's only works on master.
I see.
And I don't know what this drop represents. Like maybe it's a run C thingy, but I think
Oh
it was
no, it
added
looks like it's running
after run
everywhere.
C was. Okay.
Oh, that's scheduler.
That's better.
How was, here, let me go back to the master job. Where is the kubelet? Kubelet. I don't see it. Oh,
Yeah,
here
you
we
need
go.
to use this link again to find it.
Ah, look at that. I wonder if that was the, what date is this? Ah. 6/18. I wonder.
I think the job was added after.
It's a run C regression.
Yeah, I think it's the run C regression fix. Yeah, that's wild. This is great. So let's see. I guess it's probably.
Are you sure?
Not
Because
on
I'm
the...
pretty sure it was added after the regression was fixed.
Well, apparently there was something else. Yeah, so it looks like 121 has it. Does 120? I think 120 does not. So should we ask them if they want to add it for older branches, or is just the assumption at this point that it won't matter because we're hopefully not adding scale regressions in backports, but who knows? I guess, let me add this to the agenda.
But I think my understanding is this is not soak test. It just runs for a while and it aggregates over the test run.
Cool. Okay. Well, I'm so happy to see that. Looks like we now have quite a long agenda compared to what we started with. Do we have anything else for today? I don't think I have anything.
My question still stands. Does anybody know any way to detect leakages? Anything like people see in other tests that we can reuse? Otherwise, you can keep into NPD direction.
I don't know of anything specifically. In general, when I've seen leaks debugged, it's all been manual using like the stuff that comes off the pprof endpoint for like memory utilization dumps.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. Anything else?
No, not today.
Great. We'll stop sharing and stop the recording.